At Farms.com Risk Management, we understand that commodity price risk management and sound financial advice are essential in today's volatile crop and swine sectors. Visit our website at www.riskmanagement.farms.com.
This is Michelle Lamering, Commodity Research Analyst with Farms.com Risk Management, with this week's Farms.com Hog Report. U.S. pork exports are showing strong demand. According to the U.S. Meat Export Federation on March 10, 2011, U.S. pork exports in January of 2011 were down 8.3% compared to last month, but up 17.2% versus January of 2010. The total value of pork exports in January came in at $342.9 million U.S. dollars, 22% higher than the year prior. Japan was the biggest volume buyer in January, coming in at 107.2 million pounds, up 22.9% versus the year prior, with Mexico coming in as the second largest volume buyer at 99.9 million pounds, down slightly at 0.3% from January of 2010. The month-over-month volume of U.S. pork exports to South Korea continues to increase significantly for the fourth time in a row. Pork exports to South Korea were up 24.8% in January versus December and up 144% versus January of 2010. This is due to the huge outbreak of foot and mouth disease that the country is still reeling from the effects of. January U.S. pork imports were down 6% compared to December and up 0.1% versus January of 2010. The number of hogs imported from Canada in January of 2011 totaled 481,932 head, down 2.4% from December and down 3.6% from the year prior. Total pork imported from Canada was down 5.6% compared to December of 2010 and December of 2010 and down 4.7% from January 2010. Livestock futures have corrected in the past week, not because fundamentals have changed, but due to an overreaction in the Japanese earthquake, tsunami, and nuclear meltdown that could cause fear that could cause global demand to slow down. In fact, the very opposite could happen, which is what we think will happen in the end. Japan is in fact the third largest economy in the world and the largest buyer of U.S. pork. Any shortages in local food supply could send global stockpilers further down, in the end boosting demand for commodities, pork, and beef. Consumer concerns about the impact of any radiation into exposure to Japanese-grown food are likely to encourage imported food over domestic food products. As we've already seen in the past 2 days, hog prices have started to rise again from the seasonal correction we saw the past week. We expect hog prices to continue to make a rebound in the coming weeks. That's all for today. Have a great weekend.